Hot and humid with scattered showers and storms across the CSRA today. More unsettled weather is ahead. I'll have the details on that, plus an update on the tropics.
Plus, a rash of shootings across the CSRA leaves one suspect behind bars. The latest coming up. Fox 54 News at 10 starts right now.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Maya Payton. It was a scary scene across the CSRA today as shots rang out in numerous locations. We now know that they are all connected. Fox 54's Jared Eggleston is live from the Aiken County Detention Center where the suspect is behind bars. Jared?
Maya, good evening. It's been a busy day for authorities across the CSRA as they've responded to several reports of shots being fired.
It was shortly after 8 a.m. when Richmond County officials responded to a call of shots fired in the Blythe area on Deansbridge Road. According to authorities, a woman was driving when a man driving erratically was tailgating her. He then allegedly pulled up next to her and shot her. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Then just minutes later, 9 a.m., just 12 miles away, authorities receive a call that the clerk inside the Family Dollar in Rennes had also been shot.
This individual came in the store, stood in line like any other paying customer, waited his turn as it is, and walked up to the counter, and as he approached the counter, he just took a gun out and shot the clerk. No provocation. There was no mention of a robbery.
The suspect, Larry Bernard Mackey Jr., fled the scene driving south on US 1 in a black Hyundai Sonata. Officials say things like this just don't happen in Rennes.
The intentional shooting that we had in Rennes, I believe, was in February of 2018. This just isn't something that happens that often around here.
Then, around noon, officials in Graniteville were called out to Saddlebrook Trail, where a disturbance left one person injured and a 14-year-old dead. When officials arrived on the scene, they found 30-year-old Larry Bernard Mackey Jr. restrained by people inside the home. Authorities took Mackey into custody, and he is now being held at the Aiken County Detention Center.
Now, officials tell me that they are still in the early stages of this investigation and a motive is still unclear. We, of course, will keep you posted on air and online. In Aiken, I'm Jared Eggleston, Fox 54 News Now.
Thanks, Jared. The Aiken County Public School System released a statement about the 14-year-old tragically killed today, saying, quote, "We are extremely heavy-hearted and heartbroken as a school district family after learning today of the passing early Saturday morning of former Leaville McCampbell Middle School student and rising Midland Valley High School 9th grader Nathaniel Tyler Johnson in another contemptible act of gun violence in our Aiken County community." Well, to get the latest on this story and, of course, other breaking news stories from the CSRA, you can download our Fox 54 News Now app. To download the free app, just head over to the App Store or the Google Play Store. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help in finding a man wanted for questioning about a recent burglary in Augusta. Now, investigators want to talk to the man pictured right here on your screen about a burglary in the 700 block of Doan Roven Road last Saturday, August 7th. He was seen driving a red and white truck. If you recognize him or have any information, you are urged to contact the Sheriff's Office. And the Burke County Sheriff's Office is looking and searching for 23-year-old Lauren Stewart. She's wanted for exploitation of the elderly along with burglary. If you have any information on her location, of course, contact the authorities. We now know the names of the two women found dead in a car submerged in a pond in the Forest Hills area of Augusta. Authorities have identified the driver of the vehicle as 86-year-old Ann Yvonne Lamb and the passenger as 89-year-old Bernice Priest, both of Augusta. Investigators say the women were heading north on Dunnington Court when the car veered across Dunnington Place and straight into the water. Autopsies were scheduled at the GBI.
Well, now it's time to talk about the weather. And today, sunny skies turn dark and gray quickly this afternoon with showers and thunderstorms. At this time, here's a live look at FOX54 Weather Now live Doppler radar scanning the skies of the CSRA. This is the Metro CSRA right here. Notice the colors on the map. That is right where we are seeing the light shower activity at this time, mainly across Aiken County and northern Columbia County. Here's a live look at Washington Road outside our studios, and you can see wet roadways out there outside of our studios, Washington Road. Here is your hourly forecast for the next couple hours. Overnight tonight, temperatures will drop down into the 70s. We're still going to keep a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. Your forecast for tomorrow, showers and storms staying with us. So unfortunately, it's not looking like a great day to relax by the pool. You might want to find some indoor activities and grab the umbrella. That's a look at weather for now. More details on your 7-day forecast and an update on the tropics coming up in just a few minutes. Maya?
Thanks, Melinda. Jefferson Middle School students will have a different schedule starting Monday. The school announced they will be moving back to an AABB schedule. Students will be getting an email by tomorrow morning letting them know which schedule they will follow. Let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers in Georgia and in South Carolina. As of yesterday, the Georgia Department of Public Health reports 41% of the population is fully vaccinated. That's about 4 million people. And in South Carolina, the Department of Health and Environmental Control reports 45.5% are fully vaccinated, equaling about 2 million people. And in terms of new COVID cases, more than 5,100 new confirmed cases were reported in Georgia yesterday. And across the river in South Carolina, more than 3,500 cases were reported. But a battle brewing over masks in schools between the White House and the state of Florida. The federal government offering to step in and pay salaries of any school that defies the governor's orders. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman reports.
The White House getting increasingly involved in states' approach to the coronavirus crisis. In Florida, a recently passed law bans mask mandates in schools, but several districts have vowed to implement them anyway. Governor Ron DeSantis warning school leaders the move could put their salaries at risk.
You shouldn't have government forcing kindergartners to wear masks for 8 hours a day. That should be a decision for the parent.
On Friday, the Secretary of Education announcing that Florida educators who are denied funding for implementing mask mandates could get reimbursed by the federal government with money that's been approved for COVID relief.
While we're all kind of tired of wearing the mask, we want to make sure that our children are safe, and we want to make sure that they have a chance to learn in the classroom.
They have this obsession with Florida, and look, obviously we're cutting against the grain. We're standing up to federal overreach.
The political battle comes just as kids are returning to school, and district leaders are increasingly concerned about keeping students and staff safe. Across the country, more states are considering stricter protocols. In California, the governor passing a mandate requiring all public school staff to get vaccinated or tested weekly for COVID. And here in Los Angeles, they are going even further. All teachers and staff will be required to get their second shot of the vaccine by mid-October, so simply getting tested will no longer be an option. In Los Angeles, Christina Coleman, Fox News.
Before we go to break, here's a look at your almanac for today. The high temperature was a hot 95 degrees and the morning low is a warm 75 degrees. Rainfall across the region was anywhere from a trace to a quarter of an inch. Unsettled weather is ahead in your forecast. I'll have the details along with an update on the tropics coming up. Stay with us.